This is the second video for Unit 5 data. Okay, so we had talked about quantitative data, categorical data, and two-variable data, three situations that we might find ourselves in. We had dealt with quantitative data and looked at the mean and median as a way of saying what's the typical or sort of middle central number when you have a big list of numbers. Okay, so what I want to do now is talk about categorical data. So that was like this situation where we had a bunch of people and we recorded their eye color, and so our data didn't consist of numbers necessarily, but just the color of the person's eye. And obviously we can't calculate the mean of that because they're not numbers, so you can't add them up. There's no order, so we couldn't get the median. That doesn't make sense for categorical data. What we're going to do right now is focus on just displaying the data in a visual format that helps us get what's going on better than just a big list of the categories a list of data would do. So a really common way to do that is called a pie chart. So a pie chart is you take your list and you kind of add up how many of each category you got. So in this case we see religion in America. So a large group of people were polled, and for each one we kept track of what religion they identify with. And so we have this big list of religions, and of course lots of them are repeated. People are, several Christians, several Buddhists, several Muslims, several agnostics, etc., etc. But you find out how many of each you get, and what you do is you take a pie or a circle and you create slices or sectors of the pie based on, and the size of the sector is based on how many people were that religion, right? So in this case you can see that the biggest chunk was the Christian religion, and the number here indicates that 80% of people said Christian. So you can imagine the original data list with all the religions listed, but you see Christian comes up again and again and again, and actually is coming up most of the time. So it might be like Christian, 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 agnostic, Christian, 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 Muslim, Christian, Christian, atheist, etc. Most of them would be Christian, so that's represented here in this big chunk of Christian. But it wasn't all Christian, so the other ones are also represented here. Unaffiliated religious, Jewish, etc. Sometimes in pie charts the actual number, how many people, is listed. Sometimes the percentage, as you see here, is listed. So you can always turn any number into the percentage of the whole. Okay. Another interesting thing is what's called the mode. So the mode would be the category that had the most, so the largest category. So in this case the mode would be Christian, right? Because in the original data Christian was the one that was listed the most. All right, so just to answer a couple of basic questions, if you're presented with a pie chart, you want to be able to know that you can interpret this. So what percentage are agnostic or atheist? So here's agnostic, 2%, here's atheist, 2%, those two wedges. And so we would say 4% are either agnostic or atheist. Just add them together. What percent are affiliated with a specific religion? Okay, so for this one, let's see, what are the specific religions? Christian is a specific religion, Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist. Unaffiliated, that's not a specific religion. Unaffiliated, agnostic, and atheist, we will not consider those to be specific religions, so it's these four. So we add them together, 82, 83, 84, 84%. And what is the mode? We already said the mode would be the Christian religion. That one clearly came up the most, and we see it as the biggest sector of our pie chart.